Hey, Shalawam, Shalawam. Get into it in a minute. Let me share the live out. Alright, this was a requested live. Pretty much yesterday, a brother had a question pertaining to the subject. I'm just gonna go into it about what is marriage. Alright, we give brothers about 1 minute or 1 to 2 minutes to get up in here. And we get started. Let me get some water. Let me get some water. What are you doing, boy? Well, stop fighting so much with her.
Excuse me, sir?
Scared. I was just walking. Scared. You did it. Yeah. Okay. You're okay. Alright. You said I'm sensing there's... Oh, man, get the hell out of here. I'm sensing there's a belt needed. Yeah. Too much happiness going on. Hey, man, facing the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to the Father and the Son. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone which rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us his truth. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes. All right. We're going to get into it, man. Let me share the live out on the other page. I thought the algorithm is all good. Ooh, man. There was a particular brother that wanted this breakdown. Prince Aki, or something like that. I really don't know the brother's page. But hey, Yahawah, he'll show up. You know. Let me see if, because I don't think I followed him. But it's Prince AHK, I believe. But yeah, I don't have him followed. All right. But if he show up, he show up. You know, if any brother know his page, just share it to him. Because he was asking for this breakdown yesterday. Okay. Now what we about to go into is, what is marriage? What is the marriage? Okay. And let's start at edamoline.com. first break down what is a woman. All right. So a woman, an adult female human, an alteration of earlier wife man, woman, female servant. Right. All right. So a man in the sense of a human being, a one man. So it's just it's a woman is according to the scriptures as well. Let's get that. It's your what? What does the Bible say? Your helpmate, right? That's what we always gonna say. What does the Bible say? So she is your helpmate. She is your support. She is your servant. She is. Now that term servant, most people look at it like it's a bad thing or whatever. It's not really a bad thing. It is what it is. That's all she is. Okay? We servants. Is that a bad thing? That I'm a servant? No. I'm serving Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. So, I'm happy to be a servant. Right? I'm happy to serve. I hope that my Adawan, my Lord, my Master, treats me with, takes care of me. All right? So this is Ecclesiasticus 36:24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, a pillar of rest. Boom. That's what you're getting when you're getting a wife. Right? You women that's out there that's going to hear this lesson, and you're going to automatically hear, oh, he's saying I'm a servant. I'm his slave. I'm supposed to do this for him and do that for him. And it's that demon that's in you that's automatically going to reject it. You're automatically going to reject that you're under authority of a man. That man is ruling over you. Let's get that from the brother Kakama. Yep, that's where I'm going. Genesis 2, and let's start at verse 18. And Yahawah said, and Yahawah power said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him. Okay? So, the man, first of all, the sister said, why would a wife not want to serve her? Hey, that's beautiful. But that's the thing, sister. That's what most of these women are on. They're what? Feminism, equality, independent. It's no such thing as equality when you're under your man being the weaker vessel. You know what I'm saying? So it's a position of submitting, a submissive position. And that's what men like, submissive women. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High looked at this situation and said it's not good for a man to be alone. Now, what does, matter of fact, I had, let me see. I had shared it to my wife. Let me see if I can find it. Go to her page. It's actually beneficial intercourse or just simply a hug, man. Right? These things are extremely beneficial for your health. If you never notice, feeling loved. All right. Let me see if I can find that video that I shared to her. I think this is it right here.
Skin contact with your partner will actually make you live longer. And this isn't a romantic myth, it's biology. The moment your skin touches someone you trust, your body releases oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone. At the same time, stress hormones like cortisol begin to drop. When cortisol stays high for too long, it slowly damages your heart, weakens your immune system, and even affects memory and brain function. Lowering it consistently can literally add years to your life. Simple habits like cuddling, holding hands, or lying close together activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the system responsible for rest, repair, and long-term health. Your heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, and your body shifts out of survival mode. Over time, these small physiological changes protect your cardiovascular system in ways medication often can't replicate. Skin-to-skin contact also triggers dopamine and endorphins, chemicals that improve mood, reduce anxiety, and strengthen brain health. And here's something most people don't know. Reduced stress combined with gentle microbial exchange can subtly boost your immune system as well.
So, what can all of this do? It can increase your mood, it can increase your health, it can increase your life, your lifespan. That's what the scripture says in Ecclesiasticus 26. Let's get it. Right? Because everything, as we was talking about last night in the lesson, man, the Bible touches on everything. You just got to know where to go. Okay? Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, a wife that brings vitality to him. For the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. Right? A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband. She what? She doubles the number of his days. So she what? As we just saw in the science, she reduces his stress. She lowers his blood pressure. She helps improve his mood, his happiness. What do you get from intercourse, man? Let's be adults right now, man. Right? You get happiness. You relax. Right? Hey, it's nothing more. You work a hard day. You know, you be stressed out by the YT, man. You come home, you want to take a shower, take a bath, and get some box, man. Okay? That's understandable. This is a natural human affection, a natural human trial. You know what I'm saying? It's that's what you want to do. Maybe drink some wine. You know? You want to lay down with a soft, tender, delicate woman. This is natural, right? So this is how the Most High has planned it. Okay? Let's get that. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 2. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. And that's talking about a baby in the womb, enjoying, right? Relaxing, having that comfortability of what the womb brings. That's why babies like to be what? Swallowed in swaddling clothes. They like to be wrapped in a blanket. And that's the same thing as I get where the brother's going with that. That's the same thing when you're with a woman. You're connecting, right? Skin to skin. You got to understand, and I was doing some research on this. Back in the medieval times, the Dark Ages, all of that, when they had all these castles built of wood and of stone and all of that, and the castles would be cold, but they would have fireplaces and they would have heat and stuff around. But the best form of heat was sleeping with one another. The families used to sleep, all right? Individuals used to sleep around each other and have the body heat of the body warm one another. This is what the body heat does. When you lay next to a female, or just in general, like I cuddle with my wife, I cuddle with my daughter. Okay? It helps them grow, and it actually improves their mood, their health. It improves their sleep, right? So it's benefits in cuddling. You know what I'm saying? And it makes the woman feel more safe, more comfortable, right? She sleeps better. You are what? A protector. As a man, that's what you are. So look what the brother says: security and peace of mind. Let's pin that, because that's what you got to give to your family. Ultimately, that's what Sarah was looking at Abraham for. Let's get that. All right. This is 1 Peter 3 and 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him out of wine, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. So obey your husband. Obey the one that has the authority over you, the rulership over you, right? Going back to that Genesis, the 2nd chapter, because it's not good for you to be alone. Now, some brothers are eunuchs, some brothers will be alone, and that happens. That's understandable. Hey, walk that lot, right? But in the kingdom, are we going to be alone? No. You're going to have what? You're going to have multiple wives. You're going to have thousands of seeds, okay? Ain't no Israelite man going to be alone in the kingdom. You're going to have women, okay? That's just, it's the way that the life was set up, to be fruitful and to multiply. Everything was set up in that way, to be fruitful and to multiply. I got a couple plants in here, man. I got a plant over there. I got a plant down there, and I got a plant right there, right? These plants will be fruitful and multiply, producing seeds. It's raining outside in California. We having the wettest time They saying it's gonna be the wettest place in the next 10 days. All right, and it's been raining ever since this morning or whatever, and that's beautiful. And it's flooding in my backyard, but that's good because my garden is getting a lot of nutrients. So when I do plant in January, and it's gonna be good for being fruitful and multiply. The moistness, the situation, the soil is in a good condition, right? So that also goes into, and we're gonna touch on it all, man. A woman being, as the brother put, that Wisdom of Solomon 7:2, a woman being that pillar of rest. You know what I'm saying? So as a woman, you got to know how to take care of your body, meaning your pH balance, right? Making sure your body is correct, making sure your body is right. All right. So it's based upon what you eat, staying hydrated. All right. I'm saying something without saying it, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. If you eating fast food all damn day, you eating snacks, you got all this damn sugar, starch, dairy, your shit ain't gonna be right for that man. It's not. You're not taking care of your body. So when that man, he's not gonna enjoy that like that. All right. So you being a woman, you know how your body is. You should know how to take care of it. Okay. So you can furthermore take care of that man. All right. Look what the sister said. My husband said, with us and our baby in the same room is what makes our room as cozy. Yep, and that's beautiful. Okay. And Salakia, which verse was that? And brothers, y'all could be lax on this lesson, because we what verse? We just read 1 Peter 3:6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, out of one whose daughters ye are, as long as you do well and are not afraid with any amazement. And we also read Wisdom of Solomon 7:2. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man and the pleasure that came with sleep. All right. And that's talking about, an infant, coming out of that womb and they want that feeling again. So understanding this, when you go to a woman and you deal with a woman, you're seeking that comfortability. All right. That's why we saying a man comes home from work. He wants to take a shower, because a shower or a bath relaxes you. The wine relaxes you. And then the woman that's going to top it off. The woman is going to be that ultimate finisher. You're supposed to finish him, sweetheart. All right? You're supposed to finish him. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, do your fucking job, man. Can we be men right here? Do your job. Okay? So do your job. So you're supposed to finish that man. All right? You're supposed to know that man. You're supposed to mold to that man and learn what that man enjoys, learn what that man likes. Put his football on, put his basketball on, put his movie on, put his show on. Have that ready. Have that ready. This is your Lord. This is your master. All right? Let's keep it going. Let's go back to that Genesis 2. So Adam was lonely. And let's go down to 21. And Yahawah power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yahawah power had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. Now, understanding this is that it was no such thing as like an operation or none of that. The Most High did not take Adam's rib out of him and put it in Eve. No. When man and woman were created on the 6th day, you can go to Genesis 1 and you can go right here. All right, 26. And Elohim said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish in the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of Elohim created he him, male and female created he them. Okay? So understanding this, also Adam being created over here, and Yahawah power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Right? So we were the only nation created with that understanding. That living soul is that truth, that Thawa, right? The Holy Spirit. It was only placed in us. As it is today, it can only dwell in us. Who? Who is us? So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? So that living breath was only in us. Now, how do we know at this point in time it was multiples? You got to go to Genesis, the 5th chapter, and read. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. So male and female were created at the same time. These are the Adamites. Okay, so going back to Genesis, the 2nd chapter, when it says he took that rib, she's what? She's now bones of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. She is simply just of his nation, of his lineage, right? That's all it is. Of his nation. She was a son. She's a daughter of power in that sense. She's of that lineage, of that nation. He didn't go and deal with a heathen woman, although you can do that, and we will go into that, but he dealt with a woman of his nation. Okay? So this is what was happening. Yahawah just simply took a female from his nation and brought them together so they would have intercourse. Now, verse 24, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. A man shall leave the house. He shall leave his father's house, and he shall go and find him a woman. All right, with the position and the role and the act of paying the dowry. You're paying that bride price. You're going to a woman's father, and you're asking for her hand in marriage. You be like, well, that's old paths. That's how it's always going to be done. That's how it's supposed to be done. The only thing that changed that is because you under the YT man now, and he don't keep that. But that's the correct way to go into marriage. That's the correct way to seek a woman's hand. You need to go to someone that possesses her. Who possesses, this is a question to the comment board. All right. Who possesses the woman before the husband? This is an easy question. Just to make sure y'all awake. Booyah. Booyah. All right. Yep. Everybody awake. All right. We good. Her father. Her father. Okay. So you go to the one that possesses her to get what? To get ownership of her. And you have to pay him. All right. Let's get that in the scriptures. Slakia. Let's go to Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 22nd chapter and 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. Okay, so he laid with her, meaning what is to lay with somebody? That's intercourse. All right, he humbled her. I mean, he went into her. Okay, so now if he wants to do right by that woman, he doesn't want to make her a whore. All right, he has to what? He has to pay that dowry price. Okay, which it would be whatever price the father wants, which at that point in time would be 50 shekels. We did the math on that, and that would be $150,000. Okay, in this day time. So you take that into account. Whatever woman you lay with, you got to pay $150,000 to marry her. You think brothers is going to be out here just popping? Hey, bro, I ain't got $150,000 laying around, man. Okay, I'm going to get me one, and I'm going to settle down, and I'm going to try to pay that off. Because I don't got it like that. You know, yeah, you may have it different. You may be able to pop 2, 3, 4, 5, because you got about $1 million sitting around here just to marry. But I don't got that. All right. So understanding that, hell yeah, it would be a whole lot of virgins. Now, with that being said, that's a good point that the brother made, because let's go up. Let's go up. All right. Let's go right. Yeah, let's start. I don't want to read it all, but these are the laws on morality. All right, man, we just start. We start at 13. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her, and give occasions of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid. Meaning, you found her not to be a virgin. The cherry was already popped. Somebody had already had intercourse. Meaning, somebody had already truly married her. They had already done the do. Okay? When we married the correct way, a female should be a virgin. Okay? That's how it should be. That's how it will be done in the kingdom. We will only marry virgins, man. Okay? So that's how it's going to be done. But if an individual is lying, then we got ways to prove that. Verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. All right? In the gate. Now, because that brother was asking about marriage and the marriage ceremony the yesterday. Okay, now, this is what would happen. And this also explains Yahawashi, who the world English calls Jesus Christ, Joseph, and Mary. This also explains that situation. So, what you would have would be the marriage ceremony. All right, you would have the husband, the wife, they would come, and everybody would be there. All right, you say the vows and all of that, and then they would go into what you know as the wedding chamber, where they would consummate the marriage. Okay, now this could be over. You could have this ceremony however you want to do it, whatever. It could be a day or 2 days or 3 days, but after they get married, they do the vow. All right, it's not really no paperwork in that sense. You could do paperwork if you wanted to, but it is what it is. But the ultimate paperwork for marriage is that token of virginity. Okay? So they would go into the wedding chamber and he would pop her. He would go into her and therefore they would be married. Now, that token of virginity, that rag, you would place that under her. She would bleed and it would bleed onto that rag, and that rag would be held, it would be given to the parents, okay? So they could prove that when you got with her, she was indeed a virgin. You can't lie and say that she was not a virgin, because this rag right here proves that when you got with my daughter, she was a virgin. She was not defiled. So if an evil occasion, you don't like her, all right? You give an occasion of speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a virgin. You a liar. This is why, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the token of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. And the damsel's father, who possessed her before, shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. So that's the truth. The fact is not that she was not a virgin, because she indeed was, right? You just didn't like her. You didn't like to be married to her. Verse 17, and lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet there are the token of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth, that rag, before the elders of the city. Right? That's smart proof. Hey, yeah. We talking about the Most High. This is how he set it up. So, yeah, it's the best proof, you know. But this is how he set up the female's body to bleed when she's penetrated. Therefore, marriage is consummated, right? These processes of the temple are to be understood through the scriptures and through the Holy Spirit. So we understand what sex is truly for. If a brother could, put me in the comments, take not a woman for pleasure. It's in the book of Barak, I believe. All right. Verse 18. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. So you're going to get your ass beat because you lied. Okay? And yeah, we are far from these practices. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because we live in a wicked society. We are in a wicked kingdom where justice and the true ways of the Bible are not practiced. You know, this we live, I live in America, so this is what? This is Babylon. This is the whore that sitteth upon many waters. She defiles and she corrupts everything that she can, man. All right. Has any brother got that scripture? Take not a wife for pleasure. Take not a woman for pleasure. All right. The water. Is that it? Sirach 25 and 21? I think that might be it. Oh, yeah. The water, bro. The water. That's it. Good job. This is Ecclesiasticus 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Okay? So, you're not taking a woman just because the box, just because she looks good, just because of those things. No, you're taking a woman because of her wifely qualities that she has. So as a father, right? Remember Numbers. Let's go to Numbers, the 12th chapter real quick. Because as a father, you are supposed to be training up your children in the correct way, in the correct order. All right. I want to get this real quick. Let me see. This is Numbers 12 and 14, because this is Miriam. Miriam was what? She was talking up against Moses, and she had no business talking up against Moses. And okay, so let's read it. And Yahawah said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. So if your father had taught you the correct way, where you know not to buck up against a man, right? Your father had molded you the correct way as a proper princess, to be a proper wife. You would know your position, know your role. You wouldn't speak up against men. You understand? So that's what it's referring to. Spitting in her face, humbling her, right? So as a daughter under a man of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, you're supposed to be learning the correct ways, and you're supposed to go forth to that man, because what are you ultimately doing? You're bringing honor or shame to your house. That's what you're doing, all right? Based upon the way that you act and you carry yourself. The scripture says you shall know a man by his children. You shall know a man by how his children act, right? So that's extremely important, man. How are you running your household, right? Let's get that. Brother got 1 Timothy 2, 9 through 10, and it reads, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broad hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Now, what do we see in Babylon? We see a lot of our women, they don't do that. Because why? They don't have fathers. Esau, the YT man, has took the fathers out of the home. So therefore, you ain't got no man to tell you to spit in your face. You ain't got no man to correct you coming up. You don't have no respect and no honor for a man. So how are we going to expect you to have honor and respect for your husband when you never respected your father? It doesn't make sense. You're not just going to learn that overnight. No, these traits are things that you learn, that you understand, that you grow, that you get, right? So you got to understand these things, man. And even if you did, you still have to mold to that man. My wife, she grew up with her father, but she still had to mold to me and learn certain things that I like and learn this truth in certain aspects, right? So you always have some learning and some growing to do, all right? That's what you have. You always have some learning and some growing to do, because you have to mold to that man. This is what you women got to understand. You have to mold to that man. When you go and be with a man, it's no longer what your father, how your father did it. No. Your father did this. Your father, no. You ain't with your father no more. you mold into that man. All right. I remember we had an instance where how I wash dishes, how I grew up washing dishes. I wash dishes with a rag. My wife, she grew up washing dishes with those scrubby things, you know? And that's just the difference of whatever. But I'm like, no, I wash dishes with a rag. We gonna wash dishes with a rag now. So as a woman, it would be in your position, okay, am I gonna fight him over this? Or am I just gonna submit? This is his house now. So, okay, we gonna use the rag now. You know what I'm saying? No, ain't no gotta use both. Nah. I mean, we could. I could be like that, and we do. Okay? But I like to use a rag more. The fact is, the understanding is that you're going under whatever that man does now. His guidance, his leadership. Right? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let me check what the comments saying. Fortunately, my husband is very patient with me thinking, okay, and that's beautiful because we got a precept for that. Let's get that. What is that, man? Deal with them with wisdom. Oh, that's Ephesians. I think that's Ephesians 5. Nah. But we'll get Ephesians 5. If a brother know what I'm talking about, deal with them with wisdom. All right? You deal with the weaker vessel with wisdom. I really want to find that first because that really drives in the point of what was just said. Oh, right here. 1 Peter 3 and we're going to start at 5. Ate the water, bro. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women, every woman ain't holy. Every woman ain't holy. You understanding this? It's a lot of women that are extremely unholy, and I'm about to show y'all that. All right, I got a little video prepared. Okay? The holy women also who trusted in power adorn themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. In subjection, that to subject, they're submitted. They submitted, a submission, submit unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, we read that, calling him Adawan, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well, and are not afraid with any amazement. Likewise, so this is how you men must handle your women. Ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife. Honor. But what is the wife? She's a what? She's a female servant. But this is why we telling you individuals, don't get tripped up on the word servant. Okay? Servants get honor as well. Okay? Yahawashi was a servant. He is a servant of Yahawah. He serves. But he's honored, correct? We are servants and we're going to be honored, correct? We're going to be given glory, correct? But we're servants. So women, you're gonna get glory as well. You're gonna get tiaras. You're gonna be princesses. You're princesses, and you're gonna be wives. You're not gonna be queens. All right, when there ain't no queens, but you're gonna be wives of those kings and those priests. That's your glory. That's your honor, to be with a man of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi and to escape the second death. How much more do you want? In the kingdom, you're going to have everything you want. Servants, left and right, whatever you need. You're going to be barefoot and pregnant. Yes, indeed. Okay? Because that's your position. That's what you're supposed to do. All right? But you're going to have everything you desire, everything you want. A mansion, acres and acres and acres of land. Okay? So understand that. Understand your position. So likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife. We honor our women as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. So you deal with them according to knowledge. You apply wisdom, right? You apply wisdom to a woman. Let's get that in the NLT. I just want to see how it reads. In the same way, you husbands must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together. She may be weaker than you are. That's in what? That's in physical. That's in mental. That's in spiritual. That's in psychological. A woman will break down faster than a man. Most definitely. A woman will get in her feelings quicker and faster than a man. So when your woman get in her feelings over a situation, why the hell would you stoop to that same position? You're going to stoop to a woman's position? No, you got to be a man. Remember that. Remember that you a man. When she gets to yelling, nagging, you don't care about me. All you do is this. All you do is that. You got to be that bigger person, man. All right? Hey, babe, you just tripping right now. I'm going to give you some time. I'm going to give you some space. All right? Just take your time, relax, and I'm going to talk to you in about maybe an hour or two. All right? Be a man. Don't jump in your feelings. Don't jump in your emotions just because somebody else is. And that goes into also being a leader. You're going to have to lead. All right? Especially a prophet, a leader, in these times that we enter into, you're going to have to lead other people, man. So you got to be what? You got to be calm. You got to have patience. You got to be cool, calm, and collective. Okay? At the end of the day. So treat your wife with understanding as you live together. She may be weaker than you are, but she is your equal partner in power's gift of new life. That means she's going to get an everlasting body as well. Okay? She's going to get a tiara. You're going to have a crown. She's going to live forever. We talking about an Israelite woman. Not no heathen woman, but an Israelite woman. She's going to have the understanding. All right? We're not going to have to teach our neighbor, our brother, or our sister correct. So the women are going to have the understanding of the scriptures as well. That does not mean that they're going to be teaching, because they're going to have the understanding that they don't even supposed to teach. That's going to be a beautiful thing to see. You know? But they're going to know the scriptures. They'll be able to teach children and other women, because it will be children in the kingdom. All right? Growing up, coming up. Okay? And they won't have to be taught, because we don't got to teach our brothers and sisters. But let's say you got some heathen children, heathen slaves. Okay? That are following and helping your wife around. She may teach them certain things. Right? Now you clean it with this, because it reduces it, you know what I'm saying? She gonna teach them certain things. She'll teach her heathen slaves. Right? Your concubines who stand back at the mansion to help her out. She can teach them. Because you're not gonna be at the house, bro. You're going to be a man. You're going to have a woman over here, a woman on this planet, a woman on this planet. You're going to be establishing planets. You're going to be establishing regions. That's what you're going to be doing, ruling, being fruitful and multiply, expanding. So you're not going to be with your woman 24/7, man. You might see your woman, man. You may see her like 3 times, 4 times out the year. All right? If you got that many women. That's how it's going to be. And women right now, I know you like, well, I love my... Look, you're going to be in a different mindset. You're going to have a different understanding. All right? And let's keep it going. So treat her as you should, so your prayers will not be hindered. That's beautiful. Because the way that you treat people around you, things of that nature, it comes back to you. So deal with her according to wisdom. All right, let's get that 1 Timothy. The brother put it up. 5:1. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren, the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters with all purity. Honor widows that are widows indeed. All right, and going down. Right here, verse 5. Now that she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in power. So you women without men, Just trust in the Most High and wait. That's what you. Well, what do I do if I don't have a man? Just wait. That's it. All right? Don't go out there seeking no man. Just wait. If you blessed enough to listen to the prophets, the men of Great Millstone and affiliates, if you blessed enough, then that you in there. Okay? Just wait. We speak about Isaiah 4:1. When that time comes, Yahawah will lead you to where you need to be. He will protect you and provide for you. All right? He will bring you together with whoever you are supposed to be with. That's most definitely going to happen. In Jacob's trouble, man, brothers get those spiritual powers. Brothers may be rescuing women that were out there by themselves that believed. We will be taking care of the believers. All right? Brothers may be doing missions, man. Going over here. Hey, it's a group of women over here. They believe. Let's get them. Let's bring them back over here. Right? And then those women, some of those women may be part of your Isaiah 4:1. These things are going to happen, man. All right? Because these women are going to be what? They're going to be desperate. They're going to believe. They're going to humble down. And a lot of them are going to be widows because their men are going to die in the war. Their men are going to die in the street. So they're going to be out here single, widows, going through much pain. And like, man, the prophets, y'all really are the prophets. Y'all told me y'all told me this was going to happen. Boom. We did. All right. So trusteth in power and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. That's what you need to do. Fast and pray. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. That's to you independent, you feminist women, you high-minded women that believe that you don't need a man. You can do all bad by yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead, sweetheart. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, let me get this Psalms, and then we're going to get this video that I got to play. Wait on Yahawah, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on Yahawah. I love that. I love that. I love this whole chapter, man. Yeah, that Psalms 27. That's a beautiful one. Okay, so let me get this video that I got. And this will further be talking about marriage. Okay, because that's the main topic of this lesson. Matter of fact, we'll get this one first, and then we'll go into the main video that I got.
So y'all know I was one of those girls that was on Kevin Samuel's show, and I'm 52 now. I was 48, and he said I was almost 50 and I was old news. And y'all, guess what? I still ain't found nobody yet. I still have not found a man, and I keep trying to look younger and younger and younger. And I know I don't look like I'm in my 50s. So what is it? Can you help me out? What is it? What's the fucking part?
What is it? What is it? It be y'all attitude, man. It be that y'all not in the scriptures. It be that y'all living in pleasure. It be that y'all don't know how to shut up. Y'all don't know how to submit. You don't just know how to zip your mouth, zip your lips. Everything that Kevin Samuel said about this woman, I ain't even watch it. But if I could find it, I bet it. I guarantee you it was right. All right, because he used to go in on these females, man, and he tried to give them the game, but they wasn't trying to listen. So these women, they're so stuck in their mindset, that they can't get it. They're gonna be old and single. Let's go to Isaiah 4:1 and get it in the NLT, because it should be scary that you're in your 30s, you're still in the club looking for a man. You're in your 40s, you're still in the club looking for a man. You're in your 50s, you're still in the club looking for a man. That should be terrifying to you. All right? In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids. Right? So they got a thing in Japan, man. I remember in Japan, if a woman is past 30, they say she a failure if she's not married yet. You supposed to be married before your 30s in Japan. That's how they look at it. What is merit in age? Let's see if anybody get this right. When can you marry according to the scriptures? Not according to American standards, but according to the scriptures. Let's see if anybody gets it correct. Nope. Nope. Yep, that's it. Sister Cupcake got it. When she reaches her flower. It ain't no destined age. It's just simply when she reaches her flower. The flower of her age. Menstrual starts. Exactly. That's it. All right? Her cycle. Exactly. And that's it. Now, what did I say? The answer was in what I said. I said not according to American standard, but according to what the Bible says. The Bible does not say a specific age. The Bible says when she reaches the flower of her age. That means when her cycle comes on, she is able to marry. Now we understand in America, right, the way that it is, right, that is frowned upon. And we don't do that. Nobody is out here marrying a female when she comes on her flower. When she's 12, when she's 11, when she's 13. Nobody is doing that. Okay? But understand this. In the kingdom, that's how it will be. Women will be getting what? Arranged marriages. This is what you understand. Arranged marriages. Okay? So, when a female comes onto the flower of her age, she will be of meritable age. And if a man comes and he's like, can I, betroth? Yep, betroth, right? Can get betrothed with your daughter, then she's going to be destined to marry. And then the marriage ceremony will eventually happen. And she will come into that man's house and she will take on wifely duties. The thing in America is that the American society is so damn lustful. It's all sexual orientated that all you think about in marriage is sex. What about taking care of the kids? What about cleaning? What about sewing? What about washing clothes, folding clothes, washing dishes, cleaning the house? What those are not wifely qualities? I mean, last time I checked, the wife's supposed to do more than lay on her fucking back. Okay? So stop thinking about, oh yeah, y'all just married, y'all just sex. Who the fuck is doing all that? No, control yourself. Okay? As we read, take not a woman for pleasure. Stumble not at her beauty. That's why we saying, man, in Isaiah 4:1, as we reading, these women, a lot of women are going to be rejected because all they had was sex. All you had was your top game that you could brag about. I ain't got no gag reflex. Bitch, that shit ain't going to get you in the kingdom with your dumb ass. All right? You know what might get you with that man? Can you sew? Can you clean? Do you know how to fix a broken sweater? All right? Do you have substance? Do you have quality? What can you add to this? Brothers is already going to have 5, 6, 7, 8 women. You just going to be a headache if you can't provide to the community. That's all you going to be. No, you get your ass. And let's say you got a couple kids with you too. Oh, hell no. You got about 3 kids coming with you and they badass kids. Bye. See you later. Your decisions that you made in Babylon will affect you. Understand that. They will affect you. No man is about to take a woman with 3, 4, 5 kids, man. In Jacob's trouble, he got to feed those mouths. Hell no. All right? All that fun that you had is going to bounce back on your ass. Yeah, you was bouncing from man to man to man to man to man. It's going to come back on you. Okay? Let's get a couple more precepts and I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, and then we're going to play that video. I got another video to play. This is Genesis 24:67. Furthermore, proving that marriage is sex. And Isaac brought Rebekah into his mother Sarah's tent. and she became his wife, he loved her deeply, and she was a special comfort to him after the death of his mother. Right? Matter of fact, let's go back to the KJV. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. And Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. Right? So he took her in, he had intercourse with her, he took her, and she became his wife. That's what it is. All right? Mike, we don't know who you talking about, bro. We're talking about marriage. Okay? You see this dude? Everybody in here right now. Y'all see how Mike just came in here with his own little lesson? Was we even talking about the tribes at all? What's the topic of this lesson? You can see it on the thing. It says marriage. We're talking about marriage, brother. What the hell is you talking about? Look at you. You came in here and you look extremely stupid, man. And that's the thing in Israel, bro. You should actually care about your reputation. You should care about being embarrassed. You should watch. Brother put up a perfect scripture. Ecclesiastes 5:1-3. You should actually care about what you say. Because if you don't examine the situation, then you're going to look foolish. Nobody is talking about the tribes. All right? So, you take your ass on, bro. Yeah. It's a stumbling block to him. We understand that. It's a stumbling block to him. But going back to it, Isaac took Rebekah, and she became his wife. So marriage is once again intercourse. Now going back to that Genesis 2, finishing that up. 24 again. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. One flesh. You're joining. What is that? A soul tie. You're tying the souls together. Now, can a woman do that with multiple men? Is that healthy? Is that wise? No. The answer would be la'ah. Because a woman is built to be with one man. Once she start messing with multiple bodies, having multiple bodies going into her, okay, what happens? Yeast infections, STIs, STDs, chlamydia, gonorrhea, all these type of things that do not supposed to be taking place. pH balances is off. Okay, this eases, as the brother stated. So that's what you're gonna see, because so many dudes are going into her mentality as well. Perfect. Because what's going on? All that semen that's going into her is penetrating her brain barrier. And what does that mean? That means she's going to take on the tendencies of all these dudes that she is laying with. So let's read this one more time. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. They were married. The man and his wife. Yeah, spiritually too. Because you're taking on demons. All right? You're taking on all these different ways, all these different philosophies, the tendencies of these men. So when we look at the organs, we look at the sexual organs, a woman's body is meant to receive. A man's body is meant to penetrate. You understand? So as a woman, you should only be receiving one for the entire existence of your life. You should only be receiving one. A man, you're able to go forth and give multiple times. Okay? Your eggs really don't run out. All right? You could be in your 80s still pushing out, still dropping kids, still dropping seeds. So when we're talking about multiple wives, yes, a man can do it. If it's done in the correct order, in the correct fashion, the proper way. Now, before we play this video, let's go to Exodus 21:10. And it reads, if he take him another wife. So if a man wants to take another wife, what are the qualifications? Her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these three unto her, then, Salakia, let me get this puzzle piece. Then shall she go out free without money. Okay? So, you have to what? You have to take care of the women that you are dealing with. You have to take care of the women that you are dealing with. You can't just bounce from woman to woman to woman to woman. You got to take care of them. As we stated, the dowry price, that 50 shekels today, equates to $150,000. $150,000. So to marry, you had to have a little bit of change. All right? You had to have a little bit of change, man. Okay? Now, let's play this video. And this is what I guess some women think when we say multiple wives, which this is 100% incorrect. But we're going to show this, and then we're going to break it down properly and correctly. Let's go back. What's going on in this? This is Greek and Roman customs. That's all that is. All right? That's all that is. This ain't it. This is not how it will be at all. Okay? So when we say multiple wives, this is not what should come to your mind. This is, polygamy, but in the wrong situation, in the wrong way. This isn't an orgy, man. This is a threesome. Threesomes, no, they're not in the scriptures. You don't supposed to do that. When you lay with a woman, your body, you're unclean until the what? Until the evening. Okay? Let me see if I can find that scripture real quick. It's in Exodus, I believe, or it might be in Deuteronomy. If a brother know it, post it up. All right, it says Leviticus 15:18. Let's get it. Leviticus 15, and let's start at 16. And if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, so that's semen, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening. So what does that mean? The sheets. This is the thing, brothers. If you're not changing your sheets, you charge, man. All right? You in violation of the law. After you do what you do, you need to change those sheets. Okay? It may be annoying, but it becomes a habit after a while, man. All right? Just change the sheets. Okay? Change your linens. That's it. Okay? That's the law. So change the linens, change the blanket. So what you need to have 2 blankets, you need to have 2 sheets. All right. So if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening. And you could be like, well, what if I didn't do nothing? What if I stopped? No, nigga. Don't try to get smart. Okay? Don't try to get smart. You still dripped. It's still, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to be all vulgar and shit. But don't try to play with the Most High. Okay? You still did, some shit still got on the bed. Alright? And yeah, as brothers is saying, that shit is gross as hell, man. Change them fucking sheets. And right after you get done, go and wash your ass. Go and wash your ass. Okay? And every garment and every skin whereof is the seed of copulation. Change your clothes. When you wash your ass, you can't put on the same. You got to change your clothes. Whereon is the seed of copulation. So that means the sheets shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening. The woman also with whom man shall lie with, seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. So that woman as well. All right? So, no. You said, should I only wear linen? We in captivity, brother. We don't only have linen. Like, we have multiple different, you know what I'm saying? This place is defiled. All right? And furthermore, linen garments is for the priests when they were in the temple. Okay? We're able to wear different fabrics. But understanding this is the fabrics and stuff you got now, it's all mixed. It's all mixed stitching. So you really can't keep that law. All right? Esau sets it up where you're going to break it automatically. Okay? So understand that. So just do the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a yonder bar. So the woman also with whom man shall lie with, seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the evening. So this shit is wrong. Because look at this. Freak off. About to have a freak off, huh? About to have a freak off. That shit is wrong. You can't lay with two women at the same time, man. You can't lay with two women at the same time. Alright? That's wrong. That's Roman customs. That's Greek customs, where they used to partake in orgies. A feast like this, Saturnalia, yeah, this is where they got together and they did that. They got together and they laid with men. They beat their wives. They got together and laid with men. Valentine's Day, okay? The Feast of Bacchus, they got together and they laid with men. And they laid with women. They had orgies, open orgies. This is what you know, what they call swingers. That's nothing but Roman and Greek society, swingers. You in a room and you just laying with anybody that you see. Yeah, hey, you want to fuck? Hey, you want to fuck? Hey, let's go fuck. Hey, you want to fuck? Pardon my French, pardon my German, but that's what's going on in America. In some form or fashion, man. All right? Yeah, that's real profanity. The water, profane equals relating or devoted to that which is not sacred or biblical. Y'all got to be realistic, man. POV, polygamy be like, no. Same what no damn polygamy be like. And then you got a brother reposting this shit, man. Nigga, this shit off. What's wrong with you niggas, man? Y'all don't be in the fucking right mindset. Y'all be in a worldly ass mindset thinking y'all are Israelite. Y'all be in a worldly ass mindset. Why the hell would you repost that shit? And I done corrected this brother before, man. Look, man. It gets to the point where, hey, you just got to rebuke a nigga upright. Everybody that know the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi, that does not mean that they're right. That does not mean that they're right. All right? Be circumspect. Go to this page. Check this fucking page out. I go to this page. Let's listen to this. Because I checked the page out.
Listen, when it comes to this poly shit in my household, I don't know about everybody else's that do it, but mine, bitch, we date you.
Nasty. We date you. No. Multiple wives, according to the scriptures, is the man having a woman and having another woman and having another woman having concubines. All of the ain't no such thing as dating. First and fucking foremost. Ain't nobody dating. All right? Is these women are joined to that man as we broke it down in Genesis, the 2nd chapter, Genesis 24 and 67. These women are joined to that man. Their souls are tied to that man. Because a woman, you don't supposed to have multiple soul ties, as we talked about. You don't supposed to have multiple intercourses. You don't supposed to have, because all that seed is going to go into your brain and you're going to have multiple demons on you. All right? The man, you're able to deal with these multiple women. Now, furthermore, to you men, be careful going in multiple women. Because if you're dealing with a woman and she a fucking witch and you ain't know that and she got hella demons on her, then what's going to start branching off to you? All those demons. Okay? That's why when you deal with a woman, hey, I need to know, hey, how you eating? What's your life like? What's your philosophy like? What you believe in? Right? Okay? Can I change that or fix that? You know what I'm saying? When I got with my woman 5 years ago, what was my woman into? A little bit. She was into tarot cards. Guess what I did? I threw them shits in the trash. All right? I cleaned that shit up. I said, nah, take that makeup off. I said, nah, I don't like that fake hair. I don't like that shit. All right? And she being a real woman, she got with it. She got with the program and she followed. Now, did I try to change everything overnight? No, I slowly brought it in. All right? And it's Yahawah that allowed that to happen. So it's all through faith. Okay? But if she wasn't going to accept it, then I was going to have to step. Because I can't be dealing with something that I don't enjoy, that I don't like. If you don't have the same mindset, you don't got the mentality that I got. You know? Hey, that's another thing, sister. All right? Locks. My wife, and she got 2 kids before me, they used to have locks. Had all that cut over time. Allowed it to be for a time period. Then I learned more and understood. And then I was like, oh yeah, babe, we can't be wearing locks. This shit is off. Okay? I didn't wear locks. I wore braids. But she wore actual locks. But she was able to take them out. And now she wears her hair natural going down like that. Right? Because locks, dreads are not our custom. Now we can wear braids or plaits. Understanding that. You know? Because, yeah. Okay, your brother Shaquat, yeah. All right? Dreadlocks or Shiva Jatas. Go back to Elamites. Hold up, man. Get your butt up. Stop crying. Oh, my little daughter, bro. This girl, man. I love my daughter, but man. But, you know, it goes back to Shiva Jatas, Elamites, those type of practices. And also Hamites, they wore dreads. All right? The same thing with weed. We can ingest weed, you can take it as edibles, but the smoking of it, that goes back to Moab. That goes back to worshiping Buddha. That's what that goes back to. What exactly are plaits? I'll show you a picture. Hey, you use that Google, man. Plaits is like that. All right. It's just really braids with designs in a sense. Okay? Like that. Like these are not dreads. These are plaits. You know? That's what they are. Box braids, you know what I'm saying? Now this is wrong because why? Because this is going past the neck. Alright? But these are simply plaits. So you can wear these. These are not dreads. Okay? So you can do your thing with it. Alright? You can do your thing with it. But as men, don't have it going past the neck. Right? So these are not dreads, but these, and women, you can have your hair going all the way to your butt, whatever, but cover your head. If it goes past your neck, you should cover your head. And it's also according to discretion of your head. That's your man. If your man is with you, then you his. Right? You know? So that's what plaits are. All right? That's what plaits are. So braids or plaits. And if anybody does not know that, let's get it in Judges 16 and 13. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. Where's your might? Where's your strength? And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. The 7 what? The 7 locks. Now let's get those locks. Right here. Okay? And it says a braid, a lock, a plait of hair. These are braids. These are plaits. These are, in that sense, you could call it a lock, but it's not a dread. It's something that can be took out. That's all it is. And it's also known as a ringlet of hair gliding over each other, or disheveled hair. Something that I used to wear. Let me go to my page, and then we're gonna get back to this bullshit, and then we're gonna begin to wrap it up, man. All right.
With that, the 2000
like I wore braids, right, and then
to an end. Good night.
braids. Hey, I ain't wearing no afro this year. Like, just letting your hair do like that and curl up or whatever. Alright, just afro, man. That's what Jakes was wearing. We was wearing afros. It would curl up. Alright, we would get it braided, get it plaited. That's simply how it was. You know? So we did not wear dreads. I hope that's understood. We did not wear dreads. Yeah, and full beards. Shoot, does that gotta be mentioned? And full beards, no lineups. Exactly, that's it. Full beards, no lineups. We never lined up our hair. We let it grow naturally, according to the scriptures, according to the law. All right. Now, let's get some more on that page. And the lesson pretty much done. You know. Let's go back to this nasty.
Listen, when it comes to this poly shit in my household, I don't know about everybody else's.
First of all, your household, you ain't got no damn household. That's that man's household. So, scripture comes to mind. A wicked woman is given unto a wicked man. We know that 100%. So, these wicked women are going to join unto a wicked man. And it's over from then. Yahawah is matchmaking. He's setting up individuals to destroy them both together, them and their kids.
Do it, but mine, bitch, we date you. If I was signing, if I wanted him to have a side bitch, I'd let him be like the rest of y'all men out here in line and
You let. That's how we know he being controlled by his woman. If I wanted him to have, this whole mindset is bullshit. She feels like she has authority over that man in some capacity, which is no.
having to sneak with you on the side. If you ain't coming in today, both of us, don't even bother. It's saying to you, lesbian, but do not hit me up talking about I just want you to myself. I have a man, and I like to share with him. And he likes to share with me. Y'all on that side bitch shit, keep that shit for them monogamous men. Okay? Yeah, thank you.
So they have taken our customs, really, and twisted it. Okay? Look at this shit.
Polyunion together as 3 individuals.
We are all heterosexual.
He's everything that I look for in a husband.
However, they are sister wives.
Best friends, sisters, family.
This accusation that they are brainwashed, we get it often. Someone actually sent a comment yesterday to Jamie saying, listen, Jamie, you're beautiful, but he does not love you. Why don't you just leave? Some people look at it and say, you know, you're exploiting your children.
So how did you feel when you first found out about Lacey coming into your life?
My name is Kevin.
This is actually more closer to what we will be doing. Okay? Because they're all heterosexual. All right? So these women don't like each other. All right? But they're getting along with one another, like in that sense. I mean, they don't like each other in a sexual way. So they're all joined unto the man. So this is better. This is actually a good example. All right? Sister wives. That's a good example. This is what you see in the Eastern world. The Levant region, so-called the Middle East. This is what you see multiple times. Through Ishmael, where they have multiple wives, sister wives, right? I'm going to let a little bit more of it play.
Wesley, this is my beautiful wife, Jamie. This is my beautiful wife, Lacey. We call ourselves the Rise family. Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Mondays and Tuesdays, Jamie and I spend time together. Of course, we sleep together on those days. Lacey and I spend time together on Wednesday, Thursday. Damn, let's do this.
Boom, that's it. That's how you do it. Monday and Tuesday, he's with one. All right. Wednesday and Thursday, he's with another. That's the proper way. That's the correct way according to the scriptures. And this is how it will be done in the kingdom. All right. You'll have, one of your women on a Monday. You have another one on a Tuesday. Another one on a Wednesday. Another one on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever it be. All right. You're never going to lay down with 2 women at one time. Never. That's never our custom. That's never our practice. So let's rewind this and let it play one more time.
We call ourselves the Rise family. Rise and shine, beautiful souls. Mondays and Tuesdays, Jamie and I spend time together. Of course, we sleep together on those days. Lacey and I spend time together on Wednesday, Thursday. Damn, that's good. It's so light. That's really good. And then from Friday to Sunday, we alternate.
We have so much in common. We love doing pretty much the same thing. We have the same thoughts and everything. We be like each other's sentences, and all we have to do is look at each other. We be like, yep.
That's it. Oh, that's it. Because what is that? What did we talk about earlier? Soul tie. That's like, bro, you go somewhere. For brothers that have wives, that have ribs, you know it. You go somewhere. If you connected with that woman, you go somewhere. Let's say somebody, let's say an Edomite they stink. You gonna look at your rib and like, damn, y'all ain't even gotta say nothing. Like, what the fuck going on? It's that connection. It's that spiritual connection. And you have that as a family as well. Especially when you're in the truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you all become one mind. So that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom, man. Do y'all get what I'm saying right now? I hope y'all understand what I'm relaying. All your women are going to be in one mind with you. One body with you in that sense. Right? Man, it's a beautiful thing. Same thing for the seeds. You plant a seed in this woman. You plant a seed in this woman. Boom, boom, boom. They grow up. They have the tendencies and the characteristics of you. All right? Versus when you got a woman and she got 5 kids from 4 different baby daddies. That household is going to be chaos because all those different seeds are from different men that they don't operate together. They're different seeds. You understand? So they're going to grow up with different tendencies, different demons, different turmoils, different ways. These men are not the same. They're not, no. So their seeds are going to be, that's like planting an apple tree beside an orange tree. They might fight and debate for space. That's what those seeds are going to do. Right? All right, Shalawam, Malak. I'm about done anyway. But the water for all the precepts and everything you provided in the lesson, Malak. Be safe out there. So, you know, hey, that's pretty much it, man. You know, but this is more closely related to how we will do poly in the kingdom. And I would believe so that they have multiple rooms, because you have to have multiple rooms or multiple houses. All right? So before you even think of doing that, you have to have a space for that woman to live and a space for that other woman to live. They cannot be sharing, you know? This is why Exodus 21:10 is there. You have to provide the same amount to both women. All right? And yeah, that's what happens when you have substance. All right? So, hey, with that being said, let's see any more on this.
And I got married super duper young.
We had children early.
We were together for about 14 years.
Polyunion.
All right, so, hey, that's pretty much it. I'm going to end it right there. If there's any type of questions, then y'all can ask them right now. And I'm going to salute out. Facing the east, giving all praises, honor, and glory be to the Father and Son, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone. As always, Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, Kwam Yasharahla, and a Bible bar to this wicked kingdom. May Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday. All right, I pray this lesson was edifying to the sheep, man. Halalyan, la Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, if it was, and you got something up out of this. All right, based upon the spirit, man, maybe be back later on tonight. All right, be safe out there, and keep your head on the swivel. These demons is out. This is their time, man. All right, this Moloch worship, this Baal worship, right? So, hey, with that being said, Shalawam, Shalawam.